everybody, it's Rhonda here with Miss Baum Designs, and it is finally the weekend again, and I am going to do another stash busting challenge. I have a couple of projects that have already started, but I decided I wanted to do some more stash busting this weekend to see how far I can get on a couple of projects. I've got both a crochet project and a knit project that I'm going to try to get as much done as I can over the weekend. I doubt that I'll get them completed, but who knows? If I could focus on just one, I might be able to get something done. But you know how it goes. At any rate, I decided that I'm going to use, again, I'm only using yarns that I already have because I have so much. And a few videos back, I did a shopping my stash video to look for some yarn that go with patterns that I already have as well. And I had chosen a couple of patterns, and I actually finished one. I finished the crochet jacket one. The Janae cardigan is still on the needles. I haven't made much progress on that. However, I decided I need to use up more yarn, and I want to do another knit and another crochet project. So, the yarns that I have chosen is some Caron Simply Soft, and I've got 3 different colors here. I've got gray, kind of this green color, and a pink. This green is a Simply Soft. This is the Heathers color, and this particular color is called Woodland Heather. And then I've got this pink shade, and it is called Plum Wine. So this is Plum Wine. And then this gray color is called Feathered Gray. So between these 3 colors, I had a couple of different ideas. Now, for one of the colors, I'm going to use the green to do a pattern from this book, Modern Classics, that I talked about in a previous video. And there's a pattern in here that I really love, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. Not only do I want to knit it, but at some point in time, I want to figure out how to crochet it. I'd like to figure out how to do a crochet version of the knitted project. But anyway, before I get to the projects that I'm going to be doing, do me a favor and give me a like and subscribe. I hope that you enjoy these types of videos and these challenges and the occasional tutorials that I do, and it really helps me out. I'm trying to get as many subscribers and views as possible. So yeah, do me a favor and give me a like and a subscribe. And on to the projects now that we're going to talk about and try to complete this weekend. Now, the project from this book that I'm wanting to do, that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, is this. It's called Sloppy Joe. And it's a very simple knit pattern that's kind of got a little bit of a ribbing going on with it. And I really like the pink, but I don't like this pink for it. So I'm not going to use the pink for this. Instead, I am going to use this green. I think just because it's more of a heathery color, and I think it will look better on me in particular. So I'm going to use the green, and we're going to do something different with the pink and the gray together. So this is the one project that I do plan to try to work on or get through this weekend. Now, I have already started it because during the week I thought I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I already started it. And so I do have quite a bit of one panel done already. So this is what I have done already on one panel. And this sweater is basically just 2 panels exactly like this, where you start off with the ribbing at the bottom, go up to a certain length, and then you do the ribbing at the top. So, and you just do 2 identical panels. Now there is some sleeve shaping. So, and I believe I might already be at the point where I can start my sleeve shaping. There is a slight bit of sleeve shaping on this sweater. So generally, I don't like doing sleeve shaping. I like to just do drop shoulders, but I'm following the pattern and I'm doing it exactly as it's stated. Now the gauge, I'm pretty darn close to gauge with the needles. This is a worsted weight yarn, which is what the pattern calls for. So yeah, I think I like the green. I really like that pink, but I don't have that shade of pink. Actually, the yarn that I'm using for the Janae cardigan would have been perfect for this, but I'm already using it for the Janae cardigan and I'm committed to that. So although I haven't made much progress on it, I will work on that. And if I have time this weekend, I might work on it as well. But I do have the whole weekend. It's early Saturday morning, so I'm hoping I can plow through a lot of this today. But let's talk about the crochet project too that I plan to do. Now, I do not have a pattern. I am making this up, so I'm just free-forming it. And I am making another cardigan because I like cardigans. Cardigans are easier for me to wear, and especially crocheted cardigans because they're thicker. So it's great for when it starts to get cooler outside. Now, today is a little rainy. Yesterday it rained pretty good. It's cooled off a little bit. It's still only the middle of August, so it's still summer, and it's still pretty hot. So, but we are getting closer to September, and September, I think, officially kicks off sweater weather. So it's coming, and I'm trying to get prepared. The other crochet jacket that I did from the pattern book, the crocheted version, there's a knit version and a crocheted version by Melissa Leitman. I'll put a picture up here of that cardigan again. I am excited to wear that one this fall because it does fit well and I think it's perfect for the fall. So I will be wearing that one. But this, I am just doing a pretty simple, basic cardigan. It's going to be a hoodie, actually. This is going to be a hoodie, and I've already done the bottom band. I'm doing this in one piece. So this is already, so all I did from the bottom, I crocheted ribbing, and then in the pink, and then I'm doing the rest of the body in the gray. It will have, obviously, pink borders on the sleeve cuffs and on the, the ribbing around the fronts and sides and around the hood. It will have the same pink type of ribbing. And again, it's all in one piece. So I've already done the length and I've already started the one front. So this is a front, and then we'll crochet on the sleeves and a hoodie. I think I'm going to do the hoodie in pink as well. So the hoodie will have to be gray because I want the border to be pink. So this will just be a basic cardigan, a basic hoodie. And there's not a lot of shaping on this. This is just going to be straight up drop shoulder with pink bordered cuffs and ribbing around the edges and the hood. So again, I've already gotten quite a bit of progress on this. So I'm already starting the one front. Now I only made this 13. Normally I make things really long, but I kind of want this a little bit more cropped. Now for me, I'm short-waisted, so everything is long anyway, but I really like long. But this is only 13 inches from where the armhole now is starting here. I don't know if you can see this. So I've started the front and the armhole. So from the armhole down is about 13 inches. Normally I like to make things like 15 inches. 15 inches is pretty long. This is also going to have pockets. So I'm going to put some pockets on it. And I'm trying to decide and figure out how my pockets are going to look because I want kind of like side pockets. I want them to be gray with a pink ribbing on them, but I want it to be slanted and angled at the side so it looks like a hoodie, right? Like pockets on a hoodie. So we'll have to play around with that and see if we can get that design figured out. And if this turns out, who knows, I may write the pattern. I have made so many projects where I just freeformed it and I never wrote down the pattern. And I really wish I had on a lot of them because I could probably have a pretty nice collection of my own patterns, but I don't know. I have a hard time actually writing it down, and then sizing it is always an issue for me because there's a specific formula for grading and I'm not good at it. I need to learn how to do that better because I would like to eventually publish some patterns. So at any rate, that's what we're going to be doing this weekend. So stay tuned to the end to see how much I get finished. I will do some blurbs for progress along the way and talk about how I'm designing and what I'm doing as we go. So again, stay tuned for the end to see what I'm able to get done on this stash busting challenge weekend. Okay, everybody, here is an update on my hoodie. And I have the hood done. And I have the border on around the button band. This took forever. But it did turn out really good. I think it was worth it. So I did put buttonholes in it so that I can put buttons on it. And this is how it's looking so far. I did start on the sleeve. So I'm going to keep working on the sleeve until it gets to the length I want. And then this will be mostly done. And then I just have to do my pockets. Okay, guys, just a quick update on what's going on here. This is the sweater I am trying to make. It's called Sloppy Joe. And I've talked about this in a couple of videos already. And the idea is to knit this in this Caron Simply Soft in this green. And I'm almost done with the back panel. I just need to do a few more rows at the top and then the ribbing at the top. And then I had the idea of trying to recreate this in some way in a crocheted version. And so this is what I have so far. And I like this idea. I just do not like this color. And I'm not liking the texture. This is a alpaca yarn. And it is more of a sport weight, which I will need, you know, a lighter weight yarn to do this. Because I don't want super bulky. I wouldn't want to do this in a worsted weight. And at one point I was using the Loops and Thread Delicate DK, and I was liking it. It didn't seem, it was going quicker because it's a little bit thicker than this yarn. This is a size 3 and this is more of a size 2. And I was able to use a bigger hook and do less stitches in this, but I just don't like this color and I'm afraid I will run out. So I know I'm not supposed to be spending money on yarn, but I am going to go to Michael's today. This is a Michael's brand yarn. And I'm going to see if I can find this there in a different color that more mirrors this color. Because I think it would be cute in the pink. And I really think it would be cute in the knitted in the pink. But we didn't have that color, so we're using this green. Well, I did have pink, but not enough pink, and I didn't like the pink. The pink I had, the pink I had, I'm using on the hoodie, and I'm gonna have plenty of that pink left over. Not enough for this sweater, or maybe I might. Who knows? I could have enough, but I don't want to make 2 sweaters. I don't want to make 2 of them. So that is the plan for today, and then we will come back and we'll do the update on the hoodie. That is almost done. All I have left to do is a cuff and the pockets and then find buttons. That's another reason. I wonder, does Michael's have buttons? Okay, we're going to go to Michael's and we're going to see what we can find there so that we can, and I know it seems a lot of you know, I'm going to have to unravel this again. And I am liking the way that I'm doing this. I'm thinking the idea is cool. I don't like this yarn. And I want something that's softer like this and the right color. So that's the plan for today. So stay tuned. We will see how this weekend ends up. Okay, everybody, I am back from Michael's. Here's my Michael's bag. These are the projects I was working on. Now, I went to Michael's to try to find some of this loops and thread yarn, which is a delicate DK, and they had it. They even had the color pink that I wanted. But it was $8.47 a ball. And I decided that was too much for one project. And I might have enough of this. I have 6 of these, I think, is what I ended up counting. And one of these has 315 yards. So this is enough to make a nice sized sweater. Is it enough to make the Sloppy Joe crochet version? I don't know. So I decided I wasn't going to buy this yarn at Michael's. But because I was already at Michael's, I could not help myself and I ended up buying more yarn. So I'm going to talk about the yarn haul that I just made. I ended up going to both Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and I spent about $100. Yes, I know what you're thinking. It would have been less money to buy the DK weight loops and threads yarn at $8.47 or $8.70. I can't remember what it was. It was out there. It was like $8.50 per ball. And I would have needed at least 6 of them or 7, which, what would that have been? Close to $50. So what do? I decide to buy something else at Michael's and then Hobby Lobby. And so we're going to go over the yarn haul that we did just now. And we're going to talk about what we got. But here's the thing. Yes, I spent $100. That is true. However, I think I got more value by doing this yarn haul than what I would have gotten if I just I ended up with more yarn, really at less cost per skein. So we're going to show and talk about what I got here. You can see I have a bag there, and I'm going to talk about what I ended up getting at both Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'm back. And before I get into what I ended up buying, I wanted to talk a little bit about the sweater pattern that I'm trying to recreate in crochet. Now, I already have one panel done in the Sloppy Joe in the knit version, and I'm using the Caron Simply Soft in the green color. Well, I decided I wanted to do a crocheted version. So I started designing this out of this size 2 yarn. And I like it. It's drapey, it's stretchy. I think it's actually going to be a great pattern, but I don't like this color. And I really don't want it in this light of a yarn. That's why I wanted to do the loops and thread. And I've swatched this exact pattern with this yarn already, and I was liking it. But then I ripped it all out and I thought, now I'm going to try something different because I just wasn't digging this color. And this color has a bit of a pink shade to it, but it's just not, it's not the color I want. So that's why I went to Michael's to try to find more of this. And they had it. And then they also had some of this that was multicolored. That was a size 3 yarn on clearance for $5. But because it was multicolored and it wasn't, I want a solid color. I do not want this pattern, Sloppy Joe, in a multicolored. It just wouldn't look good. So I was not happy with the price of the DK weight yarn at Michael's. So what did I do? I put it all back. My bag was full. I brought my Michael's bag with me and I put it all back in the bin. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to keep looking around and see if there's anything else I might like to use that would work, maybe, for this sweater. And I couldn't find anything that I liked. I didn't like the color, or I didn't like the weight, or whatever. There was just, I was not finding what I wanted at Michael's. Spoiler alert, I did not find the yarn I want to make. I did not find any DK weight yarn at all for this sweater. So then I started looking around and I was looking at other yarns, and I did see some other yarn that I like, because I can never go to a yarn store, regardless of whether it's Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, what used to be Joann's, or any other yarn store, any high-end yarn store. I cannot leave without buying something. I don't know if it's an illness. I don't know what it is, but I have to buy some yarn. If I'm near it, I will buy it. So I started looking around some more in Michael's, and I saw some Joann's, what used to be Joann's, a big twist. And I ended up getting 2 of these. These were $11 a piece, which is really a pretty darn good deal, because these have, so $22 for these 2 big giant balls of yarn. And these have, gosh, what is the yardage on here? I can't find it. I think these have 1,093 yards of yarn in them. So I thought, if I could figure out the right gauge, I'm thinking I'm going to do some gauge swatching to try to do the Sloppy Joe in this. I like this color. It's very vibrant, but I think it would be cute in the Sloppy Joe. So we're going to do some swatching on that today, see how that goes. The other idea, I thought, well, the other loops and thread by Michael's is this pink. Now this is kind of the pink I'm aiming for. This is the shade I really wanted to do the Sloppy Joe in the first place. But this is a size 4 and it's a bit thicker than the big twist. So I'm thinking, I don't know, I'll do some swatching with it as well. I ended up getting 4 of these. These were only $3, 3 something. $3.49, $3.69. I can't remember. I can actually tell you because I think I have my receipt right here. $3.59. Yeah, these were only $3.59. That was close. $3.59 a piece. So that's a pretty good deal compared to $8.50 for this. And I would have needed more of these. I only going to need 4 of these. There's way more yarn in here, and I like this color better. So we'll be doing some swatching. It's not ideal. This yarn weight is not ideal for what I'm wanting to do with the Sloppy Joe. And the reason is because the ribbing, this ribbing is going to be really thick, because this is front post, back post ribbing. So I'm reconsidering. I'm thinking, I've got things going on in my mind right now, and so I am trying to figure out the best way to do this. So this actually is pretty good. I'm just not liking this color, but I'm not going to rip it out because you never know. I could end up having the gray crocheted version of Sloppy Joe, but I really like this one. So I think I'm gonna try it with this one. All right. Well, that was going to be it. And then I thought, you know what? I wonder, Hobby Lobby's just down the street. Why don't I go there and see what's happening over there? Maybe by chance they're having their 30% off sale. because it seems like they rotate every week or once a month. I don't know what it is, but every so often, all of their yarn is 30% off. So what did I do? Yeah, I ended up going to Hobby Lobby, and I'm gonna dump out, this is the bag, and I'm gonna dump it out, and we're gonna talk about the Hobby Lobby yarn that I got. So, and I don't feel guilty about this because I have plans for this yarn. So these will get made into something that I'm hoping at some point I might be able to put on my website to sell. And the other project I am working on is the hoodie. I will show that at the end of this video of my progress on it. It is almost done. I just need to do pockets and buttons. So let's talk about the Hobby Lobby yarn. So I ended up getting all of the Hobby Lobby brand, the I Love This yarn, and I ended up buying this color. I got 6 of these, and the reason is because I want to do more hoodies. But I really like this pink, and I actually thought this would be perfect for Sloppy Joe. So I might actually, color-wise, I love it. It's kind of got a little tweedy look to it, almost a denim-y look, and I really, really like this. If I hadn't already got most of the back of the Janae cardigan with the cables, I would be thinking of something like this for that. So I ended up getting 6 of these. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 4. I had a total of 6 of this color. And then I really liked the green too. I don't know why I'm into pink and green all of a sudden, because Sloppy Joe's green, pink. Anyway, pink and green. But same thing. This one has a little bit of brown flecks in it. But the same concept. I want to make more hoodies like the pink and gray hoodie to maybe put up for sale. So I got, yes, pink and green with kind of some interesting tan flecks in it. And then I thought, well, I also need to do a couple of mermaid tails. And so I'm already doing this mermaid tail with the Bitty Stripes yarn. And this one is going to be for Ellie, the little one, my littlest granddaughter. But I also need to do a mermaid tail for the older granddaughter. And I thought, well, this color is really cute and pretty, and she likes the pink and purples. And I thought I would contrast it with this one and maybe do stripes, maybe do the tail in the pink, and then do some contrasted. Or this could also be a hoodie. I don't know. I don't know yet, because I have a lot of yarn upstairs that I could still use for mermaid tails, but I'm also doing my daughter and my son-in-law tails as well. Anyway. My son-in-law will be more like sharks. They might be sharks. The girls are going to be mermaids, but I have plenty of yarn upstairs to figure out the color combos. I was thinking of doing a shark for my son-in-law. He would be a shark, and I have gray. I have a lot of plain gray for that. So yes, he might be the shark. But at any rate, I ended up with 3 of these and 2 of these. So yeah, so overall, my bill at Hobby Lobby was $66.55, because each one of these was $4.99. So I ended up with 17 balls of yarn, $4.99 each, with the 30% off came up to $66.55 after tax. It would have cost me that much to do the amount I would have needed for this, just for one project. And I got multiple projects out of this. So the final bill on the Michaels haul was only $39. So for under 40 bucks, I got these two big balls, giants, and then 4 of these. So I'm happy with my haul. I think it's okay. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it all yet. I'm going to have to go upstairs and reorganize some shelving in order to get this in it. But I'm pretty creative when it comes to that. But anyway, I wanted to do a quick update of the haul that I ended up doing today, the yarn haul, and stay tuned because we will talk about the projects. I am going to show a finished hoodie at the end of this video, and we will talk about what we're doing with the Sloppy Joe sweater as well. Hey everybody, I am back with the conclusion to this video. This video took a little longer than I expected. I actually started it last weekend and I'm finishing it this weekend. I ended up hurting my back, so I did not finish videoing and posting last weekend. And so I ended up finishing everything this weekend. So I did go to Michael's yesterday, which was Saturday. And today I ended up finishing the hoodie. And there it is right here. It's completely done. The only thing it does not have is buttons because when I went to Michael's yesterday, I forgot to find buttons. And then I ended up going to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and I forgot buttons at both stores. So I did not get buttons. However, the hoodie's done and all it needs is buttons. I also did not put a patch on the sleeve, which I'm debating whether or not I want to do that yet or not. But it came out very cute. It fits a little bit better than I originally thought when I tried it on. I thought it might be a little tight. It's a little tight, so I would say this is a small for sure, a size small for sure. But I like the way it came out. The pockets came out cute. I really do like it. I think I am going to recreate this, and I may write the pattern. I have not decided yet. There's no pattern for this. I just made it up as I went along. However, I may recreate it and write a pattern. So I keep talking about writing patterns. I haven't actually done one yet and published one yet, but I do eventually plan to get some patterns written down so that I can start offering patterns as well. Now, as far as Sloppy Joe goes, I did not finish that. The only thing I was able to get done was the knitted back panel. So I have one panel done for the Sloppy Joe. And it'll go like this, and then it will have sleeves. Now, I was going to go ahead and do the sleeve shaping, but I decided not to. And so this will be a drop shoulder. So I am modifying it to make it a drop shoulder. It's just easier for me. And I just didn't feel like dealing and fiddling with sleeve shaping. So this is the knitted version of the Sloppy Joe. Now, I am also going to be doing a crocheted version of the Sloppy Joe. It won't be called Sloppy Joe, but I am probably going to write a pattern for this one as well. And earlier in the video, I showed the pattern that I was using, the stitches that I was using. I was using front post, back post stitches. I have scrapped that idea and I'm going with something completely different. And so that is going to be next week's video. So I hope you all stay tuned for next week's video. And I apologize for skipping a week, but I wasn't feeling that great. But the hoodie's done. The Sloppy Joe is in the works. And both the knit version and the new crochet version, my version, and I will try to write a pattern for this. I probably won't have it ready and done by next weekend, but I should hopefully have some progress on the pattern, both projects next weekend. So next weekend's video will be focusing on the Sloppy Joe knit version and then the crochet version that I am recreating myself. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you like this content, and if so, give me a like and a subscribe, and I really appreciate everybody hanging in there and watching this video until the end. Take care and have a great rest of your weekend.